I have been meditating for many years now, and one master who has played a very significant role in my meditation journey is Osho. When I take the name of Osho, or when you take the name of Osho, it creates a duality of impressions. Some people love it and some people despise it. Now, that's what happens when you take his name because he had a lot of controversies attached to him all the time. But purpose of any meditation is to go beyond the duality. So I will not focus on the aspect that people love about him and the aspects people hate about him. I will straight dive into the essence of Osho's meditation methods. I have read a lot of meditation masters. I have read a lot of wisdom traditions like Zen, Shamanism, Taoism, Vedantas, Buddhism. So I've gone through a lot of spiritual material, and in recent times I haven't come across a meditation master who has given as many methods as Osho has given. Of course, if you go into past, there are a lot of methods attributed to Lord Shiva. There are a lot of methods attributed to Gorakhnath. But then again, those are in the past. I'm talking about meditation masters in last 200 years whose work is right there in front of us in a very clear domain on internet. In those masters, I haven't come across anyone who has given as many methods as Osho has given. Now, it's very important to understand what was the essence of his methods and why is it so relevant for the modern man. See, when we sit in meditation ordinarily, it is actually taking time off a busy schedule and try to sit in peace. When we try to do that, a modern man actually faces an overload of thoughts. Why is it so? Firstly, it is because we're always occupied. Somebody is busy with work, somebody is busy on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, on WhatsApp. So we're extremely occupied in the 21st century. When you sit in meditation, that's a rare opportunity when you're doing nothing and you're actually attacked by thoughts even more. Now that's a big problem. So how does a man go to meditation when he is so distracted? I was reading a report by App Annie. It's an app monitoring company, and they say that a man spends 5 hours on smartphone apps and related devices. 5 hours of a waking state, 8 hours assuming you're sleeping, it's almost 30 to 35% of the your waking state is spent on apps and smartphones. That's too much distraction. With so much distraction, it is very difficult to go deep into meditation. Now, this is where methods of Osho are extremely relevant for the modern man. Now, Osho had a concept of meditation which he termed as active meditations. So what did he mean by active meditation? There was a clear assumption in these active meditations that a man will not be able to straight go to peace or straight go to deep meditation. A premise or a prelude has to be built that takes a person there. So in his active meditations, there were steps. He has many meditation methods. So each method would have different number of steps, but the essence of those steps was to take you to a peak of action. When you go to a peak of action, you automatically get transformed into a state of inactivity when you sit in meditation. So if an Osho's meditation is for 1 hour, actually 45 minutes is spent in building that base of activity, so that in the last stage, when you sit in witnessing mode for 15 minutes, you're able to go deep into meditation and your meditation will be able to prosper and flourish. Now, this is something the Taoists knew from the beginning. So you can also call this as the law of reversion. Now, what do I mean by law of reversion? Like if I take a cup of hot coffee and I leave it on the table, a hot coffee becomes cold. And if I take a cold beer and leave it on the table, a cold beer becomes hot. So hot things become cold on their own, cold thing becomes hot on their own. This is a law of reversion. If you see the yin and yang, the way yin and yang is drawn, there is a very clear interplay. The yin starts from the middle of yang and the yang starts from the middle of the yin. If you look at noon, the sun is the brightest, and from then the law of reversion takes place. From the brightest sun at noon towards the sunset, you are actually moving in a reverse direction. Similarly, if you have an active meditation where you are dancing, chanting, doing different steps which Osho prescribes in his meditation, basically you're taking yourself to the peak of activity, and then you, in the last stage, you're probably going towards descend, and then you sit in meditation. So for example, in one stage 1, you could be dancing, and in stage 2 you could be looking at the candle. So what is happening is you go to the peak of activity, and then you go towards candle gazing, you're trying to move towards the sunset, and then last 15 minutes you could actually be sitting and witnessing. If you try this, you will notice that you are able to meditate much better compared to when you go straight away, sit in meditation, try to be a witness, you get more thoughts. So this is the fundamental essence behind Osho's technique. These are called as active meditation. So I will summarize it just once again. Basically, Osho deploys activity as a tool to go to inactivity using the law of reversion. Just like yin translates into yang and yang translates into yin, and there's a very dynamic interplay between the two polarities. It is not shown as a semicircles. If you see it yin and yang, it's not a semicircle. It's a very dynamic interplay. From noon, you go towards sunset. Sunset may happen 6 hours later, but the descent has started. Likewise, same goes for night. So this is the essence behind Osho's meditation method, that you go to activity first so that you can lead to inactivity. Now, how can you verify this without going into Osho's meditation? Try to go for a jog for 10 minutes and probably find a tree under which you can sit and try to close your eyes and meditate. You will see that you will be able to meditate better. Try a little workout, and instead of cooling down, just sit for 5 minutes in a meditation. You will be able to see that you are able to meditate better. Or you can put on trance music for 20 minutes and try to sit in meditation. You take yourself to action. I repeat myself, cold beer becomes hot and hot coffee becomes cold. So the law of reversion is always at play. And as a meditator, you can use this principle for your meditation to flourish. Don't sit straight into meditation. Put a few steps before that, and then you sit in meditation. And if you go to Osho's website, there are many meditation methods of Osho which use this method. The one that used to work like a charm for me was Osho Kundalini meditation. So in that meditation, he has 2 different steps. In the first step, you're actually, your feet are planted at one place, but you can move your body. And in the second stage, you could actually dance the way you want to. And then at third stage, you close your eyes and then you go into the witnessing mode. So that meditation would work very well for me. And of course, so there are different people in different meditation methods will work for different people. So I have also created a lot of my own active meditations based on my own experience with doing meditation so deeply. But of course, the root of these methods for me lied with Osho, and that's why I wanted to do this video. You can actually go to Osho's website and have a look at his different meditation methods. And in the website, this dynamic meditation was very popular. His Kundalini meditation was very popular. There was Nada Brahma meditation, which was very popular. All these are active meditations, which means that you don't just go and sit in meditation straight away. You do a few steps so that meditation comes to you in a more eloquent manner. So try this. This is the law of reversion in meditation, and this can be very useful if you understand this little secret. So that's it. And if you want to connect with me, you can visit my website www viameditation.org, VIA meditation.org. I just want to make a small correction to what I said. So when I said you put on a trance music for 20 minutes, I don't mean you just hear the trance music. You of course hear the trance music and also try to dance, because that is activity. That is one thing. And the other thing which I missed out earlier in my commentary was that Osho used to call the process of active meditation, the activity side, used to call it as a process of catharsis. So his essence was that, very often in the day, many things happen when we have to suppress our behavior. You're in the office and someone is misbehaving, your boss is misbehaving. You actually get angry, but you don't show it. You suppress it. Sometimes those becomes like blockages. So when you do active meditation, you're actually doing catharsis. You're trying to flush it out. So that is one way. Actually, in a lot of ancient methods, a lot of breathing methods were also sort of catharsis, which were relevant for that time. See, the life was not so modern, life was not so active. Maybe those methods were powerful enough. But in 21st century, with smartphones and internet all around, you need more potent methods of catharsis. Yeah, and that's it. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe and spread the word.